Good evening, everyone. This is William here, and today is December 31st, which is New Year's Eve. Oh, we are finally at the final 365th day of 2022, and it is about almost 9. Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock, so we only have about like 3 hours left of 2022 and before we enter 2023. And I figured I'd actually put this video out because it's been, for number one, it's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks. And also, I figured I would do a New Year's Eve video. And also, number three, just to catch up and see how all of you were doing because it's been a while. And I hope you all had a great Christmas. And yeah, and now I hope that everyone is enjoying their New Year's Eve so far. I actually have an event to attend to in about a half hour, and just to watch the ball drop on TV. But mainly for this video, aside from just celebrating the new year, mainly the whole point of celebrating each new year is also thinking of New Year's resolutions. Now, for those of you who don't know what New Year's resolutions are, and I'm pretty sure most of you definitely do know what they are, is that you think about like the things that you would like to work on and try to like fix up the mistakes that you've made throughout this year and also want to try to make improvements for next year. So me personally, I have four big ones that I'd like to share. Number one is that I need to start working out a lot more. I mean, I did work out a little bit like a couple of weeks ago, but then I sort of like kind of faded away from that. And I'm pretty sure most of you all know is that when you say that you will do something, but then you always put it off. Well, New Year's resolution number one is that I'm going to work on like not putting off working out. So working out is number one. Number two is that I need to get back into reading. I've been reading here and there, but then I gazed away from it for a couple of months now. But reading is very important. You know, it's great for your brain and it definitely helps your vocabulary a lot. So like if you're like going for jobs and things like that, you want to be able to present yourself in interviews and things like that. So number two is that I want to, definitely get back into reading. Number three is that I need to start eating a lot better. I've been eating really not too well throughout this year. Like, I mean, yes, I've had vegetables and fruit here and there, but I've mostly been eating a lot of carbs. And I will admit to that, you know. So that's my third thing to work on is definitely start eating more vegetables, more fruits, so that way I can, you know, build more muscle because I guess it also kind of goes with my first resolution, working out, because in order for me to get bigger muscles when I work out, I'm going to have to eat a lot of fiber and protein and vegetables and things like that. So that's my third one. And then my fourth resolution is that I'm going to start watching the news a lot more and like, you know, really like knowing what's going on in the world. I mean, again, you know, I've done a little bit of that too throughout this year, but also, again, as I said before, with my other previous three things, I've been putting it off. So, you know, usually once you start doing things, you want to be able to continuously do it. You don't want to just do it for a little while and then gaze away from it. So that's my fourth one. So, is to just watch the news a little bit. I don't have to watch the news every day, but start watching it a little bit more. So that way I kind of like have an update of like what's going on in the world and everything. So those are my four big resolutions. And I'd say they're actually four great ones actually to work on because, you know, like I said before, I always would say to myself, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then it never really happens. And then I do it for a little while, but then I end up, you know, gazing away from it. So, you know, so that's really the big thing, you know, because, you know, you can't just say that you're going to do something and work at something when you don't actually do it. So, yep. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you all. And I'm pretty sure that you guys have a few New Year's resolutions, whether it's two, whether it's three, whether it's 10, whoever, no matter what it is, I'm glad to hear from all of you of what you all want to work on what resolutions you think would be great. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for that in terms of the resolutions. But once again, I hope you all have a fantastic new year, and I hope you've had an amazing time with all family and friends, with Christmas, Hanukkah, and all sorts of these different holidays. I just wanted to say that I hope you all had a great time, and that I hope that we are all prepared for 2023. And hopefully 2023 is going to be a lot better than this year, of course. But I will say this, though, and I'm pretty sure I've said this in the first video that I made, but 2022 was actually a really, really good year. And honestly, it felt like I was back into 2019 again because, you know, everything really sort of like, went back to normal. A lot of people are not quarantining anymore. People are obviously going out, going away more. Not a lot of restrictions. It's like basically like, people are like free again from all this COVID. Now, COVID is not 100% over. Like, obviously, COVID is never ever going to go away. It's still going to be there. But compared to 2 years ago, well, I should say almost 3 years ago. Well, in March, it'll mark 3 years of this COVID nonsense, which is like crazy. But 2022 has been a very good year for me. I mean, it was better than 2021. 2021 was okay. I mean, it wasn't great. It definitely wasn't nearly as good as this year, but it was definitely better than 2020, of course. But 2022 felt like it was like, like I was like back into like 2019 again and the years prior to that as well. Like, I think that, this has been a very fantastic year because, I did a lot of traveling. I went to Massachusetts a lot, went to New Jersey a lot. Yeah, I did a lot. I think this was probably the most amount of traveling I've done than any of these other years, like in terms of me going by myself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I hope you all are safe and enjoying being with your family and friends. And I'm pretty sure you all are dying to watch the ball drop. But we have about like 3 hours left of this year. And before you know it, it will be January 1st, 2023. Alrighty, folks. So stay safe. Have a great New Year celebration. Take care.